down, everybody. Thank you. Fade if I waited long enough. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Pembroke Lodge. My name's Mike. I'm the Deputy Superintendent Registrar for this afternoon. This is Naomi, who's the Registrar for Marriages. It's Naomi's responsibility to complete the marriage register, the marriage certificate, and ensure all the legal preliminaries are completed correctly. First of all, I have to tell you, the place in which we are now met has been duly sanctioned according to the law of this country for the celebration of marriage. We are here this afternoon to witness the joining in marriage of Nicholas and Sarah. I also have to ask if there is any person present who knows of any lawful reason why this marriage should not take place. They should declare it now. Not even a smile here. We might get some reaction. But we've got the nasty bits over, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to start with a reading. I knew that I had been touched by love. Daniela. Come on, Daniela. Come on.
Touched by love. I knew that I had been touched by love the first time I saw you, and I felt your warmth, and I heard your laughter. I knew that I had been touched by love when I was hurting from something that happened, and you came along and made the hurt go away. I knew that I had been touched by love when I quit making plans with my friends and started dreaming dreams with you. I knew that I had been touched by love when suddenly I stopped thinking in terms of me and started thinking in terms of we. I knew that I'd been touched by love when suddenly I couldn't make any decisions by myself anymore, and I had the strong desire to share everything with you. I knew that I'd been touched by love the first time we spent alone together, and I knew I wanted to stay with you forever because I had never felt this touched by love. Well done,
Daniela. Beautifully read. There wasn't a tremble in that paper at all. I'm sure you like to see it from there. Well done. Well, ladies and gentlemen, can I welcome you here on behalf of Sarah and Nicholas. Pembroke Lodge, built in 1750 for the Countess of Pembroke, who was a very good friend of George III. Richmond Park, as probably most of you know, is one of the lungs of London. It was built as a hunting park by Charles I, and the original building here was a mole catcher's cottage, believe it or not, but of course a mole catcher was quite an important person in those days because it could bring down a morrock with a mole hole. It's been used for several things during its illustrious career, as it were. It was home to Lord Russell, the eminent Victorian Prime Minister, and some of you, and there's not many here, but of a certain age might remember one Bertram Russell, his grandson. He lived here too. Again, for those of you of a certain age might remember one David Niven, the actor. He was here as a major for 6 months during the Second World War before he was posted as half colonel to the other beautiful park we've got in this borough, Bushy Park, where he assisted General Eisenhower in the D-Day landings. But most importantly, ladies and gentlemen, it is the venue this afternoon for the wedding of Nicholas and Sarah. Now, Sarah and Nicholas, before you were joined in marriage, I have to remind you both of the solemn and binding character of the vows you're about to make. Marriage, according to the law of this country, is the union of one man with one woman voluntarily entered into for life to the exclusion of all others. I'm going to ask you each in turn to declare that you know not of any lawful reason why you should not be married to each other. So can I ask you both to stand? You can carry on holding hands. You'd like to turn and face each other because everybody can see them, not just me. Now, Nicholas, you get to go first. If you can repeat after me. I do solemnly declare.
I do solemnly declare.
That I know not.
That I know not.
Of any lawful impediment.
Of any lawful impediment.
Why I, Nicholas Robert Williams.
Why I, Nicholas Robert Williams.
May not be joined in matrimony.
May not be joined in matrimony.
To Sarah Louise Bradley.
To Sarah Louise Bradley.
Now, Sarah. I do solemnly declare.
I do solemnly declare.
That I know not.
That I know not.
Of any lawful impediment.
Of any lawful impediment.
Why I, Sarah Louise Bradley.
Why I, Sarah Louise Bradley.
May not be joined in matrimony.
May not be joined in matrimony.
To Nicholas Robert Williams.
To Nicholas Robert Williams.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, both Sarah and Nicholas have declared that they are indeed free to marry each other, and they will now contract their marriage before you all. As this is the most important part of the marriage ceremony, can I ask you, if you can, to stand with them to share this special moment? Turn and face it. That's it. Now, Nicholas, you get to go first again. I call upon these persons here present
I call upon these persons here present
to witness that I, Nicholas,
to witness that I, Nicholas,
do take thee, Sarah,
do take thee, Sarah,
to be my lawful wedded wife.
to be my lawful wedded wife.
Sarah, I call upon these persons here present
I call upon these persons here present
to witness that I, Sarah,
to witness that I, Sarah,
do take thee, Nicholas,
do take thee, Nicholas,
to be my lawful wedded husband.
to be my lawful wedded husband.
In the presence of your family and friends, you promise to love and care for each other, to share the difficult times as well as the happy times, and will you stay together as a married couple for the rest of your lives?
We will.
Oh, that was tender. Now, Nicholas and Sarah have decided to mark the making of their marriage vows with the traditional giving and receiving of a ring. The wedding ring is an unbroken circle. It has no beginning and it has no end, and it signifies unending and everlasting love, and is an outward sign to all of us of the lifelong promise you are both making to each other. So, Glenn, you've got a part to play here. If you'd like to give Sarah... if you'd like to give Nicholas Sarah's ring. Sorry, you had it right the first time, that's me. Yeah, jolly good. Take the left hand and place the ring on the third finger. But just hold it there for your photographer just for a moment. And say after me, Sarah, I give you this ring
Sarah, I give you this ring
as a sign of my love
as a sign of my love
and a token of my commitment
and a token of my commitment
to share our lives together.
to share our lives together.
Well done. Place the ring on the floor. Now, Glenn, if you'd like to step forward and give Sarah Nicholas his ring. Well done. Take his left hand, Sarah, and place the ring on the third finger. But just hold it there again for a moment. And say, Nicholas, I accept your ring.
Nicholas, I accept your ring,
And I give you this ring
and I give you this ring
as a sign of my love
as a sign of my love
and a token of my commitment
and a token of my commitment
to share our lives together.
to share our lives together.
Well done, place the ring. Now, Nicholas and Sarah, you have both made the declaration prescribed in law and have made a solemn and binding undertaking here in the presence of your family, your friends and your witnesses. I'm very happy to tell you that you are now husband and wife. Kiss for the bride. Round of applause. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we have another, The Owl and the Pussycat. Simon's going to read this one. Where's Simon? Come on, Simon. Listen, everybody, listen.
The owl and the pussycat went to sea in a beautiful green boat. They took some honey and plenty of money wrapped up in a £5 note. The owl looked up to the stars above and sang to a small guitar. Oh, lovely pussy, oh pussy, my love, what a beautiful pussy you are. You are, you are, what a beautiful pussy you are. Pussy said to the owl, you elegant fowl, how charming and sweet you sing. Oh, let us be married, too long we have tarried, but what shall we do for a ring? They sailed away for a year and a day to a land where the bong tree grows, and there in the wood a pigwig stood with a ring at the end of his nose, with a ring at the end of his nose. Dear pig, are you willing to sell for 1 shilling your ring? Said Piggy, I will. So they took it away and were married next day by the turkey who lives on the hill. They dined on mince and a slice of quince, which they ate with a runcible spoon, and hand in hand on the edge of the sand they danced by the light of the moon, the moon, the moon. They danced by the light of the moon.
Well done, Simon. I was saying to Sarah before we started, that is the most difficult of all readings to do. That's why one Leslie Phillips made a fortune doing it on record. Well done. So you did well. You did well. Now I'm going to hand over to the important bits for the signing of the register and bits and pieces. And after the official photographers have done, then I shall call you up if you want to take a couple of snaps. I'm sure the bride and groom would have no objection to that. In the meantime, I think we've got some background music and we can all talk to each other later.